Hey guys, Wild Tyler here, and this is my 5th time trying to do this video. The first 2 times I tried it, didn't really care for how it turned out, and kind of, set it on the back burner. Tried a 3rd time and had a technical difficulty. Tried a 4th time, and my cat started making all sorts of noise and such a ruckus in the background. And then I tried a 5th time, and my phone just turned off. I don't know if it died or what, but yeah, it just turned off in the middle of me doing a video, so I lost it. So hopefully I can get this one uploaded. If you're watching it now, you know it worked, so yeah. A little overdue for my August 2020 pickups, so I'm going to change it up a little bit. I'm going to do my August pickups and what I've picked up so far in this month, September. Today is Friday, September 18th. So we're almost over with the month. I really don't think, unless I get a really good deal on something, I'm going to pick anything else up. So this may also double as the September 2020 pickup video. Not sure yet. So I'll figure something out for a video beginning of September. But yeah, a lot of personal stuff going on. So didn't get this video out as soon as possible, like I wanted to. But I'm here now. That's all I care about. So let's go. Let's get this started. I got my games over here. I'm going to move them to the couch and put them on the sub that's right here as I, go over them a little bit. Just helps me sort them out easier. And they're in no particular order. I didn't, buy the first ones first or anything like that. So I'm just going to go over them as I grab them out of my stack. The first 2 up, yes, I'm going to cover 2 at one time, and you'll see why, are some fantastic PlayStation 1 games from EA. Back when EA, wasn't as crappy as they are now. And it's Sudden Strike and Nuclear Strike. These are really good PlayStation 1 games. If you have a PlayStation 1 and you like this style of, I don't even really know what you would call it. Kind of like helicopter, army games, whatever. Like I said, I don't know what genre it would fit into necessarily, but if you like those style of games, they're really, really fun. And I got them for, after tax, like $12 for both of them, which is not bad. You can see one was $4.99 and one was $6.99. So, yeah, if you have a PlayStation 1 and you're interested in this style of game, totally pick those up. Really, really excited to jump back into them. I've not opened them yet. You can still see they're in their shrink wrap. And I should also note that, again, I get my games, well, the majority of my games at Vintage Stock, not affiliated with them, unless they want to change that. But not affiliated with them. I just get a lot of good deals there, so that's where I buy most of my games. Actually, it's probably where I buy all of my games now, if I'm honest. Alright, next up is another good pickup. Motorstorm Arctic Edge for the PSP. This is a really, really, really fun PSP arcade racing game. And it captures the spirit of Motorstorm on that tiny little console that kicks so much ass, the PSP. So, if you have a PSP and you like racing games, especially more arcadey style racing games, you owe it to yourself to pick this one up. It's worth it. I think I paid $6 for it or $7 for it, and yeah, that's like a really insane deal for that game because it's a really good game. Next up, we'll go with a racing theme on this one, is 007 Racing. You can see I got it for $2.99. But yeah, 007 Racing is a classic PlayStation 1 car combat style game based around, 007, like those cars, the Aston Martin, and I'm trying to think of what other cars are in it. I've not played it in a while. But, yeah. It's a good game. I remember playing it a lot as a kid, though, so I'm kind of glad to add it back to my collection and be able to play it again. Most of these games I haven't played, by the way. So it's fun to jump back. It's fun to look through things, too, but it's fun to jump back into older games once in a while. Alright, True Crime New York City, $2.99. Have not played this one. Even when it came out, I did not play it. I played the crap out of True Crime Streets of LA. That was basically the Saints Row back then to the Grand Theft Auto. Because I think LA was like 2003 and this one was 2005. Yeah, this one was 2005. LA was like, it was pretty good. It was over the top, like really, really, really zany. I remember one boss battle in that game was you were fighting a flying dragon that shot like fire or something like that. So it was realistic to an extent, but it was really fantastical and zany at the same time. And I want to say New York City is the same, but like I said, I've not played it. So I'm hoping it is, because I love those kind of games. I like super serious games, but I also like games that are like, you know, they crank it up to like a 20 in terms of how ridiculous they get. Alright, the next up is franchise that I wish they would bring back, remaster, reboot, remake, something. Resistance 2. All the Resistance games are good in my opinion, and it's a trilogy that if you have a PS3 and you've not played them, go buy them now. Got 2 for $2.99. They had the first one and the third one, but this is one of those series I kind of want a complete set, like the copies of. So I'll probably wind up buying the second one again. This will be my plain copy, and the other one will just sit on the shelf. But yeah, the Resistance games were not really groundbreaking per se, but they were just really fun first-person shooters for the PS3. Made by Insomniac, Ratchet and Clank, Spider-Man, I guess, is what people would know them for now. So really wish they'd go back to this franchise at some point. Again, reboot, remaster, remake, just something set in that universe. Because it's such a great, great shooter in my opinion. Alright, next up is Summoner 2. And I know nothing about this game other than I YouTubed like 5 minutes of gameplay after I bought it. And I really only bought it because the disc art looked really cool. I do know it is the sequel to a PS2 launch title, Summoner, which is an okay game. I've not played it, but I read some reviews, and it's kind of middle of the road, like, you know, a lot of 6s and stuff. But the second one is supposed to improve upon everything the first one does. I can't really say one way or the other, because A, I've not played it, and B, I didn't play the first one, so can't really say that is my opinion. But yeah, from what I've seen, good looking hack and slash, fantastical, you know, you've got magic powers and stuff like that, so really interested to try that one out. Let's see, what can I do next? I'll just do this one next. Alright, Jurassic Park on Operation Genesis is the next one. And it is different from the SNES version of Jurassic Park, because the SNES version of Jurassic Park is more a, if I'm not mistaken, it's like a top-down where you're, you know, kind of a Zelda, old-school Zelda style game. This one's just a straight-up like 2D platformer. Could be wrong on that. They both could be top-down. But I'm pretty sure the SNES version is way different than the Genesis version. Alright, next up is one of my favorite genre of games on the Genesis, like football, sports games. Football specifically, though. And this one's a pretty good one. College Football's National Championship. I got it for $1.99 at Vintage Stock. So, yeah, it's a pretty good college football game. You race to win the national championship, basically. It's got the book. The cool thing about this copy of it is, not only does it have the book, it has an ad. I love these old school ads like this, because a lot of this stuff is stuff that we kind of laugh at nowadays, but back then it's like groundbreaking, like 8 players on games, like up to 8 players on games. Like back then that was like, you know, like mind-blowing. So, it's just interesting to see those old ads like that in games. Alright, next up is NFL Quarterback Club 96. It's the same thing. It doesn't have the book, but it has like a little Sega help hotline card. show you guys the case real quick. There's the front. There's the back cover. But yeah, it's a decent alternative to, you know, like the Maddens and stuff they had back then. My all-time favorite football game is Tecmo Super Bowl 3. So I really wish they would bring Tecmo Bowl back. Hopefully with 2K doing some NFL license stuff starting next year in 2021. That'll open the door a little bit for other people to step in and kind of get that license back. Because I would love a new Tecmo. Like, doesn't have to be Tecmo Super Bowl or anything. Just call it Tecmo Football or something simple like that. I know they tried to revive it on the 360, and I think there was a DS or a 3DS version of Tecmo Football that they tried to bring back, and it just, I don't know. I just feel like if they poured the time and the effort into a really, really good iteration of it, it would rival Madden. Because I just like that more simple play style anyway. Because to me, it takes more skill. But yeah, we're not going to get into Madden bashing in this video. That'll be a whole other video at some point, I'm sure. Because I'm very, very opinionated about Madden. As my wife knows, because she hears me yelling at it when I play with my friends a lot. So, alright, next up is Cold Fear. This is basically Resident Evil 4 on a ship. Resident Evil 4 mixed with The Thing, I should say, on a freighter out in the middle of the ocean. And it is a really, really good, I got it for $10 by the way, a really, really good survival horror game in that Resident Evil 4 style. It's on the, maybe on PC as well. I know for a fact it's on Xbox, which is what I got it on, and it's on the PlayStation 2. For some reason, the PlayStation 2 version is worth more than the Xbox version. Because when I was looking at this game to buy, PS2 version was like $24 or something like that, and the Xbox version was $10. So, don't know why that is. Don't know if it was just more rare on the PS2 or better on the PS2. I just know that the PS2 version is worth a little bit more money. About 10, depending on where you go, 10, 15 more bucks. So, yeah. I personally think if you're into survival horror games and you have a PS2 or an Xbox, pick this one up. Try it out. You can probably find it on eBay cheaper than that, honestly. But yeah, it's just a solid game. Really good game. Really good survival horror game. And while we're talking about survival horror, this is one I picked up at Walmart for $20, and it is Resident Evil 3. There was a lot of backlash when it first came out that it was launched as a $60 game, and you can beat it in like 4 hours. And unlike Resident Evil 2 with the speedruns and stuff, there's really not a lot of extra stuff you can do. You can kind of get all your items and crap in one playthrough. Other, of course, than stuff that it's like infinite ammo stuff and all that. There's a lot of controversy when it came out about why is it a $60 game when people can speedrun it in like 2 hours or 3 hours or whatever it was. For $20 though, I think $20 is a good sweet spot for a 5 or 6 hour game, for me anyway. Because unless the game just blows my socks off, like Witcher 3 is one I went back and played again, or Grand Theft Auto is one I just play and play. You know, there's a few games that I'll put a lot of hours into, but usually I just want to play the story, play some multiplayer, you know, put it away, move on to the next thing. Might go back to some titles later on. This is one, might go back to after I beat it. I'm taking my time with it too, by the way. I might be 2 hours into it, like nothing super crazy. And like I said, I'm taking my time with it, so. See, what can I show next? We'll show a really weird game, Largo Winch. Now, I don't know if it's a book series or like a show or something. I just know when you Google it, there's a lot of like made-for-TV movies. At least that's the quality of them that I get. Like a lot of low-budget movies with Largo Winch. There's this game, and I want to say there's another game, but I'm not positive on that. That's Largo Winch. So there's a Largo Winch universe of some sort out there. But I bought the game because it was cheap, $3.99, and I got it for free as part of the vintage stock Labor Day stuff, so. Yeah, look, it has FMV, like live action FMV cutscenes, which is weird, but I kind of like that stuff because it's so obscure. But it's like, if you ever played Tomorrow Never Dies on the PlayStation 1, it's kind of like that. Just like a third-person adventure kind of game where you can shoot people, fight people, karate chop people, I guess. Not sure what the story is on that one, so be interesting to jump into it because I've never played it. Don't know anything about it. Alright, next up, classic franchise, classic iteration in it, Grand Theft Auto 2. What more can you say about it? It's Grand Theft Auto. And it was Grand Theft Auto when it was not afraid to be a little more on the crazy side. Because up until Grand Theft Auto 4, really, because that was the turning point where they wanted it to be a little more realistic. Because even Vice City and, like, what else came out? San Andreas. Those games are, you know, Vice City is a little more realistic than San Andreas. But San Andreas was like, you know, there's a jetpack, a tank. The missions are over the top. The characters are over the top. They're grounded in a reality, but it's not, you know, like super serious like Grand Theft Auto 4 was. I really wish they'd go back to more of that style, like zany, like... Because Saints Row 3 is the peak of that kind of, like, right balance of serious and zany. Wish Grand Theft Auto would be able to hit that. 5 was kind of a callback to it, but not, you know, a big one. But 5 is still a good game. I still like 5. Alright, next up is a very underrated PlayStation 1 game. The sticker's on there so you can't really see the title, but it's Urban Chaos. This is kind of like a Grand Theft Auto 3 style game, if I'm not mistaken. I have not played this, but I saw the cover of it, and I was like, that game looks really, really familiar. So I bought it, because it was $5, it was cheap. And then I kind of YouTubed a little bit of gameplay for it, and it's like you straight up driving cars, free roaming, beating people up. Obviously, you can shoot people, but yeah, just combat, driving a car in a free roam environment, like, and that predates Grand Theft Auto 3, which was the one that really pushed that envelope to its highest points that we're still seeing today. But yeah, Urban Chaos, good game. Not sure what the plot is exactly, other than you play like two badass, I think it even says on the back, yeah, play one of two main characters, Darcy Stern, an agile street savvy female cop, or Roper McIntyre, mysterious ex-soldier. So yeah, you play two, you know, badasses, and you're just messing stuff up in this game. So it'll be really nice to go back and play it. Because I remember renting it when I was a kid, way, way back in the day, before I could understand, you know, stuff like that, characters like that, stories like that. So I'd, like, vaguely remember it. So it's a bit of a trip. Alright, next up, Madden 2001 for the PlayStation 1. Not a lot to say about that other than it's an old school Madden game, which I like to go back and play old school football games. Madden 94 is one that I pop in all the time. Madden 94 on the Genesis, so it'd be nice to go back and play Madden 2001 on the PlayStation 1. Alright, next up is Contra, Shattered Soldier. And this one is interesting because it is a blueback game. And I don't know how many of you remember blueback games on the PlayStation 2. There's issues with these games. Some of them don't play. Some of them work on people's, you know, PS2. Some of them don't. One fix that I always did, and I don't even remember where I read it. It had to have been Game FAQs or something back in the day to fix it, was you put clear Scotch tape on like the top and the bottom, basically right around that area before you get to the blue of the center of the disc, and it would play. It would add weight or something to the disc. I don't remember what the issue was exactly with the blueback discs. I remember quite a few games had them, and that fix always worked for me. It was a quick fix. Again, don't know what the issue was exactly. You can probably research it, Google it real quick. But yeah, hopefully it plays. If I gotta do the Scotch tape trick, I'll do it because I really like Contra style games. Didn't as a kid, but now that I'm, you know, way older, I can appreciate more genres and styles and all that good stuff. Alright, the next one is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone for the PlayStation 1. I mostly bought it for the giggles. Because it's... Oh, man, it is not a good game. It is a very rough around the edges game. I'm sure everyone as a kid that's in, my age group remembers playing it, though. So, because I know I do. I bought it again. Be a nice game to have a few drinks with or something and just play it and laugh at it with your friends. Alright, there's a cat trying to get on the stool. Go! Alright, last game is WWF Royal Rumble for the Sega Genesis. Again, I like old sports games. Don't have too many old wrestling games. So I saw this for I want to say it was $2.99 or something, and I was like, gotta pick it up, gotta try it out. Yeah, I've not played it before, kind of YouTubed a little bit of it, and it looks like an alright game. I think it has a sequel, like WWF Raw is War for the Genesis and Super Nintendo. It has more wrestlers than this, if I'm not mistaken, so I want to try to find that one at some point, but yeah, for now I got this. On the front there's Lex Luger, The Undertaker, Macho Man, Razor Ramon, and Hulk Hogan. As you can see, there's a few sticker marks on the outside casing. That's where they had the price sticker. The one on the back, I'm not sure what that's from. The cartridge itself, you probably can't even see that. It's actually in pretty good shape. It's got a little wear and tear, but something that old, that's to be expected to have it where they were putting it in their system and pulling it out. But other than that, it should play. It's not in bad shape. It's not really dirty or anything. I still want to go back and clean it myself with the rubbing alcohol and the paper towel, or Q-tips, I guess, would work a little bit better. But yeah, it should play. I've had games dirtier than this and they play, so I'm not really that concerned with it. Alright, and that's it. My cats are trying to fight in the chair next to me. Anyway, that's it. That's the, September 2020 pickups and the August 2020 pickups. So I'll try to do, if I pick anything else up, try to do a pickup video in the beginning of October for, what I picked up for the rest of this month. If I don't pick anything else up, which, again, like I said, unless it's like a really, really good deal, I'm not going to mess with trying to pick anything up. I will do a video that covers my 2 gaming books, because I have a book that has, stop messing with stuff while I'm trying to make a video. Gosh. But anyway, I have a book that has a lot of the games, like this, that are incomplete. They're just the disc. For multiple consoles, Xbox. I think I have some 360 ones, some PS3 ones, some PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2. Some of them I'll pull off the shelf to kind of give you an example. Some of them that have cases, it's a good game by the way, I take them out of the case and put them in the book just because it's easier for me to flip through the book and find something as opposed to pulling it off the shelf, which sounds the exact opposite of how you imagine it would, but I don't know, I've just always kept things in the book instead of the cases. Mostly because it's just easier to flip through the book than, pick it off the shelf. Again, weird, I know, but to me it's just easier. Anyway, we'll cover that in a video at some point. I promise you guys. Anyway, yeah. Making a lot of noises because I'm getting tired. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, comment, leave any kind of feedback. Again, I try not to edit my videos, which sounds dumb, and I'm sure I'll get into editing at some point, and I think I said that last video too. But I try not to edit them because I like to do things in one take when it's fresh in my mind, and I just hate those quick cuts where it's like I'm talking right here, and then I'm talking over here, and then I'm talking back here, and I'm talking up here, and you can tell, it's just cut, 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 cut. Hate that crap. Hate it so much. Not saying you have to do everything in one take, But I don't know. I just hate that quick cut crap. Like, editing's fine, but just, yuck. We'll not get going down that trail right now. Thanks for watching, guys. And as always, be safe, take care of yourselves, wear your masks, wash your hands, go out if you have to, but, stay inside, be safe. Tell the people you love, you love them every day, all that good stuff, and play lots of video games and watch lots of movies. Perfect excuse too, right? Perfect excuse. I'll catch you guys later.